because I know some of y'all want to know. That was for a couple of people that needed to be reminded about where they stand in society. But I digress. We'll keep it moving because we over that now. All right, so I understand, and I'm not being funny when I say this. You cannot be in a gazillion places at one time, right? Especially if you want to be really informed about it. So I understand that right now it's really hard if you want to keep up with the two-mind. Wayne, appreciate you, baby, always. If you want to be caught up with everything that's going on around you, you can only be at one of them, maybe, because we still got jobs, we still doing stuff, right? So I want to just talk to you. One, from what I understand, because I did look at the end of it, that the Kyle Rittenhouse case, the jury deliberations now, day 3 is going to be extended until Monday. So it doesn't look like it's going to be Monday until we get whatever is going to come out of that, right? I don't know. I know we have speculations, but I don't know, right? We just know that right now we waiting on jury deliberations, and we'll see what happens Monday. And we'll just see how they, Clayton, appreciate you reminding everybody, man. Y'all grab those badges down there. Now, as we wait on the Cal case, if you were tuned into that, this is a great opportunity now to get caught up on the Ahmaud Arbery case, right? This is a great opportunity. Now, are you going to go back and watch the, I don't know, 8 to 16 hours in the last 2 days of deliberations? Probably not. Most people aren't going to do that. Even people that call themselves studied scholars aren't going to do that. But I did. Because I made it a priority. It was just a thing I decided to do. No different than I made it a priority to watch as much as I could of the Kyle Rittenhouse case until I got caught having to bounce back and forth between the two and playing catch up and getting information and confirming it, hearing it for myself, etc. So right now, let's get you caught up on the Ahmaud Arbery murder, where we have the McMichaels and William Bryan on trial for down in Brunswick, Georgia. It's an interesting case. So first, call me Lish. Appreciate you, baby. First, let me go over some things. Bro, y'all sleeping on these leaves. This is the leaf by Oscar. It's a $12 stick, man. I'm telling you, you sleeping on it. All right, so let's go over a few things. That way what I say to you will make a little bit more sense. Let's go over the few things that we heard from when we got word of the shooting even happening and leading up into the court case, right? There were a couple of things we heard. One, there was the whole, how is Ahmaud Arbery a jogger? He couldn't have been jogging. Who jogs in steel-toe boots, right? There was that. So there was the footwear, and it was discrediting him as a jogger, right? And not saying that he gets credit for being a jogger. We're just going over the facts. Then there was the, hey, he was carrying stolen merchandise, and then that went from stolen merchandise to various stolen merchandise down to a hammer, was what was being reported, that he was leaving the construction home of Mr. English as a hammer. We also heard that that house was being worked on and it was abandoned and empty. We also heard that, and there wasn't anybody there. Cool. Then we heard there were various things coming up missing throughout the neighborhood in general, right? Various crimes, petty crimes, stealing things out of cars, no violent crimes, no murders, no assaults, no things like that. Mostly thefts, right? Power tools being stolen, small petty thefts, right? Okay. So we had that happen, right? So we have the boots, we have the stolen merchandise leading down to it being a hammer that everybody settled on for Mr. Arbery. Then we have the petty crimes that are going on in the neighborhood. Now, what was reported at first was that these crimes were serious, that this neighborhood was under attack, and that's why the McMichaels and William Bryan, I'm sorry, his middle name's Brody, that's why I would say Brody, that Brody took it upon themselves to do something, because the way that the reports were coming out originally is that this neighborhood was under siege, right? So I'm just keeping track of everything that happened before. We also were told that when Travis and Greg McMichael were in pursuit of Ahmaud Arbery, that they had witnessed him commit a crime. The arguments then became, well, can they conduct a citizen's arrest based off the crime, which is the petty theft from the construction zone that everybody believed had. So then we had the online debate about the definition of citizen's arrest in the state of Georgia, and if he did in fact steal from that property site, did that give the McMichaels the authority to conduct a citizen's arrest via the law? Then it was also, we start finding out further on that the prosecutor, we knew that the prosecutor, Miss Johnson, passed it on to another prosecutor because there was a conflict of interest. That prosecutor then wrote a letter saying that he can't get involved either, but he highly recommend anybody pick this up. Now, the thing was, the prosecutor was doing the right thing, and some people were speculating, like, hey, no, the prosecutor isn't doing the right thing. We need to dig further into this. This prosecutor is clearly biased. And then we found out that Greg McMichael, the oldest McMichael, worked as an investigator in the prosecuting attorney's office under her for a certain amount of time, right? So they had ties together. One of the reasons why she tried to excuse herself. But then we start finding out later on that the arriving officer actually wanted to arrest Greg and Travis McMichael, and that the prosecutor said no. Which, if you know anything about that, a police officer can arrest you. The prosecuting attorney is supposed to make the determination about the charges. So the officer arrests you, and then they submit the evidence to the prosecuting attorney. And normally that's why cops get pissed, because you have to get up at like 7 o'clock in the morning and go to the prosecuting attorney's office, present your case, present all the evidence, and the prosecuting attorney then makes the decision when you've had time to write your report, get the evidence that you have so far. The prosecuting attorney makes a decision whether they're going to TUA it, which is take it under advisement, whether they're not going to press charges, or whether they're going to set a bond. Like, the prosecuting attorney will make those decisions then. So those are all the things that everybody was curious about. Oh, and then the chase itself. The chase itself stated, the rumors or some of the reports, right, that were popular, is that, oh, he was running, and he was running from them because they witnessed him commit a crime. He was doing menacing things in the neighborhood, and he attacked when the vehicle finally stopped and Travis got out of the vehicle. Ahmaud changed his route to attack Travis. That's what we said, right? Everybody was like, oh, well, I didn't say it, but that's what the report said. Ahmaud, when the vehicle finally stopped, Ahmaud changed his route to attack Travis, who had the shotgun. Therefore, it warranted, in many people's minds, it warranted Travis McMichael then using that shotgun for deadly force, right? Now, up until then, we were also under the belief that that is the first time that Travis McMichael exited the vehicle, right, is when we see the shooting happen, as William Rhodey, who was recording it, is from his cell phone, recording it as he goes down the road. Okay, that's what we believed, all right? We also believed that chase was only about a block or two long, and that's all it lasted. And then the first time McMichael and Arbery actually ran into each other, it was when Arbery changed his route to go on the opposite side of the truck, which is the right side of the truck, passenger side of the truck, to attack Travis, which is why a lot of people are saying Travis is valid, and then using deadly force to shoot Ahmaud. Okay, so those are all the things that we heard. Now let me tell you what we know. You ready? Okay. All right, here's what we know. We know that, and look, guys, this is about just knowing the facts. Brandon, appreciate you. This is about knowing the facts. And the reason that I'm going to bring you the facts is because we have a lot of people that are selective about focusing in one area and don't want to focus and have a conversation in the other. I'm going to bring balance to our lives. Here's what we know is fact right now in that case. So I gave you all the rumors, all the speculations, everything that all of us were hearing. None of us could disprove. None of us really knew until now. So let me tell you so far what we have. Let's start off with the shoes. He was not wearing boots. He was photographed by having on Nike Air Max. Okay? Nike Air Max. They were not boots. They were running shoes. Now, does that mean he was jogging? I didn't say that. It does mean he didn't have on boots. He had on Nike running shoes. Is what he had on. He was photographed in the Nike running shoes. He was witnessed in shoes, not boots, and when he was killed, he had on Nike running shoes. So please, I need you to take the boot narrative and I need you to get rid of that, because we've now disproven that in court. Okay, that's been disproven. So get rid of the boots. Next up, we have the hammer, right? Remember, we went through all these various stolen objects from the construction zone until we got to the hammer. Well, per testimony, all right, from everyone involved, there was a guy named Diego who lives 95 feet adjacent to the property where English lives. That guy from Travis McMichael, Greg McMichael, William Bryant, the GBI investigators, and the local police have all confirmed that they recovered nothing during the neighborhood canvass, and no one ever saw Ahmaud Arbery with anything in his hands. Nothing. Nobody in that process discovered anything, on top of the fact that when this incident happened, English didn't report, Larry English, which is the owner of the construction zone, didn't report anything missing. Okay, not on that day. He had some previous reports, sure. Not on that day. He didn't have anything fresh missing. So, no hammer in the street. Get rid of the hammer. Because nobody, from the McMichaels to Bryant to Diego to the cops and to the GBI, have ever recovered, seen, witnessed, or got testimony that he had anything in his hand, or anything was found from the canvas of the area, or anything was found to be discovered from the zone that day, or anything was ever reported missing from the construction zone that day. So now I need you to get rid of the hammer. There is no hammer. And I understand for a lot of people it feeds their bias. I get it. But we need to have a conversation about the facts. So there is no hammer. Now, while we're talking about the property, let's discuss some things about that. One, and these are all things proven in court now. One, there were people at that home, okay? There was a video going around of even kids being on the property. Those kids were the neighbors, and they were given permission to be on the property because they were getting wood to build bike ramps for their bikes, right? So the children were given permission. There were some adults that went to look through the property, Ahmaud Arbery to be included. There were some adults that went through the property, and it did alarm Mr. English. He didn't want anybody at his property, but it didn't look like he had ever got a chance to confront anybody to actually give them the technical trespassing warning. Also, Larry English lived part-time on site in a camper in the rear of the property. So there were times that Mr. English was at home. He was just in the camper because he was slowly rebuilding his home. Okay? So, now when it comes to Ahmaud, Mr. English himself made a couple of phone calls. Oh, I'm sorry, at least one. Phone call to report a colored fella being inside of his home. Okay? That's his words, not mine. I'm just giving you the facts. He reported a colored fella being inside of his home. Okay? The surveillance video believes this to be Ahmaud Arbery on several different occasions. Mr. English at first stated that he believed from watching the video that Ahmaud was either drunk, under the influence of drugs, or in some other way inebriated because of the way he was looking and acting inside of the home. He never said, or he actually testified, I'm sorry, he didn't testify, he confirmed to his lawyer that they can never say, or nor did they ever witness Ahmaud on camera taking anything. This is very important. It's very important. They never witnessed him taking anything. Did Mr. English want Ahmaud on his property? The answer to that is no. Okay? But he also never got a chance to tell him, you're trespassing, stay away. So, a couple of things happened. This neighbor, Diego was told by Mr. English, who they had a little bit better of a relationship, hey, I'm having issues with people trespassing. Diego took it upon himself to say, okay, I'll help you out with that. If I catch somebody over there, I'll let them know they're trespassing. Diego stated to Mr. English, I have night vision and other equipment. I'll be able to help you out with this situation. English accepted Diego's offer for assistance, so Diego would be on the lookout for the property. Now, Mr. English has stated that he believes, since he never seen Ahmaud take anything, that there was a water fountain that was out of the view of the cameras, and that he knows Ahmaud was visiting that water fountain regularly. So he doesn't have him on camera taking anything. He does indeed believe that Ahmaud was drinking out of the water fountain that was on the property on a regular basis. And yes, Ahmaud did go inside the property. One incident that was a couple of weeks before the actual shooting, Diego, okay, was at home. Travis McMichael, this is very important. Travis McMichael was leaving in his Volkswagen to go to work. As he was leaving his neighborhood in his Volkswagen in front of the construction home, he saw a black male, okay, who for all intents and purposes, per his testimony, he believes now to be Ahmaud Arbery. At the time, he didn't know who Ahmaud Arbery was. He sees a black male. Travis states he stops to lock eyes with the individual. He has his car shined at the headlights of the vehicle shined at him, and he addresses the person who doesn't address him back. Travis then says the individual reached crossbody to go inside one of his pockets. Travis got scared. This is Travis' word. He got scared. He got so startled that he stalled his stick shift engine vehicle out as he headed back home. So he wasn't going to proceed to work. This individual reaching crossbody to go to their pocket scared him enough to freak him out to go back home, so much so he couldn't operate his vehicle in a proper function, and it stalled on him. Travis states this individual then calmly walked away. His words, not mine. So calm that it freaked him out that somebody would be just that calm after this scary encounter, per Travis. Okay. I want y'all to keep up with me. We got a lot to catch up on. Travis then goes home. Hold on, let me light my stogie again, because it's about to get good. About to get good, boy. Hold on. Y'all keep on getting them badges, man. Grab them badges. Come on. Grab them badges. Your boy done did the research for you. Help me out. So, Travis goes back home. He doesn't continue to go to work. He goes back home. He gets home. He tells Greg McMichael, which is his father. Greg, who is reported by Travis to have like a bad hip, kind of an older guy, decides to leave out the house and walk down toward the construction home. Travis decides to go in his garage, get his shotgun, get inside of his F-150 truck. Remember, he was driving a Volkswagen. But he left the Volkswagen at home, got inside of the Ford truck, grabbed his shotgun, and went behind Dad, who was going to the construction zone, where they also encountered Mr. Diego, who's the neighbor that lives 95 feet away, who had told Mr. English he will be on the lookout for his home. Now, let me give you this. Everybody in the neighborhood, because this neighborhood was supposed to be under constant attack, right? Everybody in the neighborhood was on extra alert because of their own communication and then their neighborhood Facebook page, which is not a new thing. Many neighborhoods have a neighborhood watch Facebook page or stuff like that, right? There are even apps for it. So that's not a new thing. So they all go there and they cannot find this perpetrator. They sit outside the home, believe they see him. They don't see him. They can't find him. Travis did call 911. Guy's nowhere to be found. That's the end of that. Now, you might ask yourself, while we're waiting till he encounters Ahmaud, you might ask yourself, hey, but what was being said to make this neighborhood be on such high alert? Okay. There was a guy under a bridge, okay, that they believed, there was a homeless guy that lived under a bridge. This guy happened to be white. I'm just giving you context. That lived under a bridge. They believed, several neighbors being they, believed that he had to be responsible for the crimes because they were all petty crimes, right? So in cross-examination of some of the neighbors, one neighbor stated that, yes, there are petty crimes, but she herself hasn't been a crime. She's been living in that neighborhood since 1976, and she hasn't been a victim of a crime in 30 years. Other neighbors, like Diego, left his power tools unsecured, and someone took his power tools. There were some people that pulled up, went inside of a vehicle, a neighbor startled them, the car drove off, left one of the guys on the street, he took off, nobody ever knew who they were or found out who they were either. And nobody is saying that these individuals were on Ahmaud Arbery. They are saying this is why they were on such high alert. So much petty crime, their words, not mine, in their neighborhood that the young people that you saw on camera taking the wood out of Larry English's backyard, the children told their mother, per her report, her testimony, that they were too scared to go outside because it was so much petty crime. God, I wish them kids grew up where I grew up at. Different story though. However, that's what they say. Okay. A lot of petty crime. So, now let's fast forward to the day that they encounter each other. Well, in between that, there are some Facebook posts I'm sorry you need to know about. One of the people, and I'm going to paraphrase, posted in the Facebook group, and this was brought up in court, posted in the Facebook group that her father, this was not Travis, okay, that her father is basically over it. He's tired, he's old, and at this point, he doesn't mind going to jail. Travis responded, oh, I understand how you feel. My dad is the same way, meaning I'm tired of it, I'm over it, might need to go to jail. Then Travis responded again, said, hell, me too, meaning he's tired of it. He doesn't care about going to jail at this point. That was presented in court. I just want to give y'all. That was presented in court. Okay? Now, another piece of evidence that was submitted in court was Travis saying to someone that they made a statement about being vigilante and getting after these guys themselves. And Travis said pretty much, yeah, that's what I'm feeling too. And I'm paraphrasing that one a lot, but that's what he said. Somebody was like, we need to get them ourselves. And Travis was like, yeah, let's get them. So this is showing that Travis does not care and is okay with pursuing any individual they deem as being a threat to their neighborhood. Now, you might ask, why is Travis also a little bit on edge? Okay. Well, Travis was also the victim of one of these crimes. Now, I don't know if you want to consider this a petty crime. On New Year's Day, I believe. It was definitely in the year 2020. I believe it was New Year's Day. New Year's Day, Travis McMichael had a Smith & Wesson 9mm handgun inside of his vehicle. Okay. It was inside of, I believe, the Ford truck. It was inside of the Ford truck that's in question that we see in the video when Mr. Arbery is shot. He has a firearm in that vehicle inside of a holster. I don't have a description of the holster, I'm sorry, but it was inside of a holster per his testimony. At some point, Greg McMichael goes out and moves the vehicle to the adjacent property. For whatever reason, nobody knows, okay? But Greg McMichael is confirmed have moving the vehicle. Thanks, Rob. Appreciate you, baby. He moved the vehicle. Travis McMichael went out to that vehicle later, right? Later that evening to get inside of his vehicle to do whatever he wanted to do, and noticed that when he opened his truck door, his holster was sitting on the front seat and his gun wasn't there. So he goes back inside of the home, asks his dad, hey, Dad, did you move my gun? Dad's like, no. So he says, well, let me look around the house and make sure I didn't, put it somewhere, do something silly with it. Doesn't find it. Realizes that he left his gun in his truck unlocked. Travis stated that his truck was unlocked. His dad did not like it either. So that's why you would have saw me saying to the 2A community, but this is our image. This is the guy that nobody wants to speak about that left a loaded, unprotected firearm inside of an unlocked vehicle in a neighborhood that they are saying has been a victim of tons of petty crimes. Later, the previous year, someone else actually had their guns stolen. So not only is your neighborhood a victim of all these petty crimes, cars being a main target, you decide you're on high alert, you want to go stop the people, you're ready to go to jail, but then you leave a loaded, unsecured gun inside of an unlocked vehicle on the street. Okay, but that's what we know. That's what we know. Those are facts. Okay? Now, so that might be a little reason, but I'm not going to inject too many opinions here, but that might be a little reason why he was a little pissed. Now we get to the day in question. The day in question, and the day in question, I mean, when the shooting of Ahmaud Arbery occurred. The day in question, there were some things being said. Let me also, while I'm giving you these facts, the rumors or soft reports were that the McMichaels saw Arbery dart out of the house. Once they laid eyes on him, he darted out of the house. And that's why they gave chase, right? So let me tell you what we now have as fact. Remember the neighbor Diego? Diego saw Ahmaud Arbery, and it's reported right now that he saw him on the street. Ahmaud was running, jogging, moving at a faster pace than a sprint. Whatever you want to say, okay? So, when he, Black Olympian, appreciate you for the badge, man. Y'all keep them badges coming. When he, Diego, who lives 95 feet from Larry English's home, when Diego saw, I'm sorry, let me stop. I got to pause. I'm sorry, pause right there. I apologize. Diego had also reported to Mr. English that you are not calling the police on the various people we're seeing inside of this home. I'm not going to basically keep paying free security guard. So Diego said he was kind of tired of it anyway. I was going to let it go. Mr. Diego, remember the missing property from Mr. English's home? Mr. Diego reported that he believes the subcontractors that were reporting to Mr. English's home were the ones stealing from him. And they never caught Ahmaud on camera stealing anything. Diego told Mr. English that he believes it is his subcontractors that have access to the property that are removing equipment and things from the property. Let's continue. Okay, now, Ahmaud is seen on the street. Travis McMichael is coming out of his home. Diego is outside of his home. And when Travis sees Ahmaud and sees Diego, this is what ignited Travis McMichael to pursue Ahmaud Arbery. It was not Ahmaud Arbery locked eyes with Travis McMichael and darted out of a home and Travis pursued him. It wasn't that. Diego had eyes on Ahmaud. Travis only saw Diego. Diego looking at Ahmaud. Diego can see Travis. Ahmaud is between Diego and Travis, right? And Diego points at Ahmaud. He points at him. That was Travis's sign, signal, or indication to chase Ahmaud. These are confirmed facts in court, people. It's not stuff I'm making up. I'm just catching you up. Okay? So, Travis, as Ahmaud is running past their home, right? He's running past their home. So Diego gave the signal. Travis sees Diego give the signal. Travis sees Ahmaud running. Travis goes in, gets his daddy, gets his shotgun, and gets inside of his truck. His daddy grabs his .357. Now, in fairness, I'm not sure if dad already had the gun on him or not. But I know dad come out the house with the .357. Travis with the shotgun and get in the truck. They were in such a rush to get inside of the truck because we wonder what made dad kind of move to the rear of the truck. But let me just give you the facts. There was some kind of car seat. Now, when they say car seat, I don't know if they mean the big center console that folds down in a lot of the Fords, or if it's actually a car seat, because Travis does have a son, right? So either way, a small seat. I'm going to say car seat because he does have a kid. And dad apparently was like sitting his ass halfway in the car seat and trying to close the door at the same time. That was actually brought up in court. So Greg McMichael ass was halfway in a car seat trying to close the door so they can pursue Ahmaud. Okay? So they load up in the truck and they start to pursue Ahmaud. Now I want you to keep track of this. Keep track of this. So they start to pursue Ahmaud. Remember, Diego gave his sign, Travis get his daddy, get his shotgun, get his Ford. Boom. They after Ahmaud. At a certain point, Ahmaud runs past William Rody's house. Well, William Bryant's house. We call him Rody. Ahmaud ran past Rody's home. Okay? Rody had reported he was on his front porch listening to music. He looked up and saw Ahmaud running. But what got his attention was the engine noise of a truck, which means they were gunning the truck. Keep track. They were revving the engine of the truck to catch up to Ahmaud. Okay? So, William sees this and decides he's going to yell, "Hey guys, you got him, do you need help?" to the McMichaels, who William claims he only knows the father a tad bit and doesn't know Travis at all. But William wants to join in on the chase. So William then joins in on the chase. Now, I don't remember all these details, but I'm going to give you the synopsis of it because I would have to know it point by point. That's when they start playing Trap-a-Dude in the neighborhood, right? At this point, they start playing Trap-a-Dude, right? So William at one point reports that he got in front of Ahmaud, Ahmaud got on the side of him, and Travis and William are trying to report that Ahmaud might have been, they're not sure, attempting to carjack William Bryant. They're saying that it just looked weird. Now, Bryant is stating at the time that this grabbing of the door in the truck happened, he had Ahmaud trapped between a tree and a truck. His own testimony. He had him trapped between a tree and a truck, and he was on the wrong side of the street. So he went into oncoming traffic to trap Ahmaud between the tree and his vehicle, and then they're saying that it looks like Ahmaud might have been trying to do something to the truck, which was suspicious to them. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Y'all finna get this. We gotta get to all the facts. All the facts, man. All the facts. All the facts. So, So, if you look at the case, they pulled fibers and smudge marks off of Williams' truck. And I believe there are some smudge marks on the McMichael vehicle, but I think I got distracted at that part. But either way, what they were able to prove was that Ahmaud made contact with the trucks. His fibers from his clothing and smudge prints. They did elimination prints on William, his lady, and the McMichaels to make sure that these are Ahmaud prints. So it was proven that the trucks were getting close enough to Ahmaud that he could make contact with the vehicles. None of their testimony said that Ahmaud attacked the trucks. The trucks were pursuing him or cutting him off in his path. And now they understand that Ahmaud made contact with these vehicles because you brought the trucks to him in the Trapper-Dude game. Okay? You brought the trucks to him. Those are facts. Just want to point that out. Now, it's a lot going on with the chase, right? It's a lot going on with the chase. But here's what's interesting about the chase, and I need you to keep up with this part of it. One, people were like, I don't know why he just didn't stop. And two, Ahmaud didn't have to attack Travis McMichael, because he ran to where Travis was, because in the video we see Travis on the right side of the truck, right? And you see Ahmaud go up on the right side of the truck, go this way, go up on the right side of the truck, and it's like, oh my God, he's attacking him. Okay, I want you to know that Ahmaud Arbery, per court testimony, was running from them for at least 5 minutes. Now, I am not the definition of fitness, but I can tell you this. Running full speed for 5 minutes for some people is not a big deal. Running full speed for 5 minutes scared for your damn life might be a big deal. It might wear you out a little bit quick. But I digress because I can't say he was running from his life. I'm just telling you the facts of the case. Okay, so as we continue, everyone is under the belief that that Travis McMichael and Ahmaud Arbery, first time they came face to face is when Ahmaud got shot, or whenever Travis was outside of a vehicle. But let me tell you what we found out in court today. A minimum of once, Travis McMichael, okay, the shooter of Ahmaud Arbery, at a point in this Trapper-Dude game, actually exited his vehicle, yelling at Ahmaud to stop, and grabbed his shotgun. That's very important. Now, to make you understand why that's so important, remember, the McMichaels, William Bryant, Diego, the GBI, and the police have all confirmed a couple of things. One, Ahmaud was caught with no weapon, seen with no weapon, nothing. No hammer, no gun, no nothing. Two, Ahmaud Arbery never said anything vocal to anyone. He never said a single solitary word to any of the parties involved. None of them. This is proven in court. He never uttered a word. That's important because then if he didn't talk to you, he didn't threaten you. And if he didn't have a weapon, he didn't use a weapon to threaten you. Okay? So that's very important to understand. And then I want you to remember that what we found on the court today is that the McMichaels did not see Ahmaud commit any crime. It was literally a dude pointing at them, and Travis took that as a go. Okay. I just want you to keep up. I just want you to keep up. Now, as we continue moving forward, here's what we have. Before the shooting, not what we saw on tape, there was another point in the Trapper-Dude game where Travis McMichael exited his truck, grabbed his shotgun, and told Ahmaud to stop. Ahmaud did not stop. Okay? However, there are two things before I continue on with the Trapper-Dude case that you guys really need to know. And I really need you to tune in and pay attention to what I'm about to say. Take a drink of water real quick. I want you to take a drink of water. Or your Hennessy or whatever you got. All right? You ready? Okay. Let me get you some game here real quick. These are all facts. Because somebody accused me of being emotional, but I'm just going to tell you the facts. The fact is, Travis McMichael was cross-examined about his experience with firearms. And then that, Travis gives a couple of examples when he was in Hurricane Katrina, and he had to brandish a gun to get violent criminals to leave him alone, right? So that's what he says. Okay. They made reference of that because Travis is in court testifying that when he was a member of the United States Coast Guard, that he received law enforcement training. So Travis was testifying himself that he understands the use of force continuum. He was saying all the key words that are law enforcement terms. Use of force continuum. Regular citizens don't say that, right? So I heard him say that, and I'm like, okay. So he's using use of force continuum. He's going over what he believes to be de-escalation techniques. He's talking about how important the training was. He spoke about how they worked in fat man suits. If you don't know what a fat man suit is, it's basically a suit you put on to protect you when you're doing force on force training and stuff like that. So I'm telling you that to say that Travis is saying that he is experienced at dealing with people in a law enforcement capacity per his training in the Coast Guard with the United States government. I just want to give you that. So you have that, right? I also want you to know that Travis McMichael said at least twice today in court that gun people, pay attention to me. And people that don't know much about use of force and deadly force and serious physical injury, I want you to pay attention to what I'm about to say. Travis McMichael, out of his own mouth, said that he uses firearms as a deterrent to crime. This is what Travis McMichael said. He uses them as a deterrent to crime. That when he shows a firearm, he expects people to stop doing what they're doing. Now, in a court of law, that ain't what the gun is for. You were supposed to feel like your life is in immediate danger or at substantial risk of immediate serious physical injury before you present a firearm, because a firearm in any working condition, McLaughlin versus U.S. established this in 1985 for 3 reasons. It can be used as a bludgeon, it was made to be dangerous, and it instills fear. So the presentation of a firearm in any confrontational manner is considered deadly force. Well, we don't have you witness him committing a crime. He didn't say anything to you per everybody's testimony, and he was running away from you. So, but you believe that guns are used to deter crime. Maybe in a law enforcement capacity, that is a debate. Because law enforcement officers by law are the only natural aggressors that can still cause physical harm and not be charged because of the nature of their job. But I digress, because y'all didn't come here for all that. Y'all just came here for let's get back to the case. But I just wanted to give you those facts. Boy, I tell you, sometimes I ain't gonna lie, pause for a second. Sometimes I'll be wanting to give some of y'all favorite media pundits and influencers and all these people that's talking, I'll be wanting to get them the business. But you know what? I'm going to keep it cool because people don't expect me to know shit. I'm just a pretty face. I am rather handsome. So I get why they don't think I know anything. All right, moving on. Let's get y'all back to the facts. I just wanted to give you those facts about Travis McMichael. His words state that he believes the guns to be a deterrent. And so what he said when it came to Ahmaud Arbery, he then reinstated that statement saying that I believe when I pointed the gun at Ahmaud Arbery, that was going to be a deterrent for him to run away. Stop. Because that's what he said. You keeping up with me? Wasn't Ahmaud running in the first damn place? Isn't this how this whole thing was going? It was a trap-a-dude game. You're chasing a dude. So he is running. He's already running from you. You said, pulling your gun, you would hope he would run from you. Well, he's already running from you. He also didn't make any statements because he didn't verbalize any words per everybody involved in the case. And he didn't have a weapon. And you never even accused him of brandishing you with a weapon. So what? Okay. Well, okay. But then there's the opposite thing of what he said. And it was like, or stop. Okay, Travis, or stop. So now you're saying you hope that presenting the gun, per your own words, would encourage Ahmaud to stop. This is the opposite of you saying you use him as a deterrent in the manner which you said it. Now you're saying you wish that he would just stop. So that's why you got out of your vehicle before you shot him. This is an incident that happened before he got shot. You got out of your vehicle, grabbed your shotgun, and told him to stop. And he kept running. Now, if he would have stopped, you would have had him under, although let's take the gun out the equation for a second. You would have had him under citizen's arrest. There's no citizen's detainment. You would have had him under citizen's arrest. However, for what crime? Because we've already now factually proved you didn't see him do anything. Matter of fact, the only thing you saw was a guy point at him and him running. You didn't witness anything. You didn't hear any screams. You didn't see any guns. Nothing. So exactly what was he being detained for, if that's what you were trying to use the firearm for, is to get him to stop? Now, I'm just telling you what Travis said. And I'm just having a little rebuttal to it. But that's what he said. Okay. Now, y'all ready? I'm finna drop something big on y'all, man. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Take another drink of water, because I'm about to give you a bombshell. I'm about to give you a bombshell. Ooh, let me take it to my coffee. I'm going to give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There were your favorite media pundits and influencers, and some of them in the Second Amendment, and all these people all across the board, mainly right-leaning individuals, that were saying all these various things, right? They'll say them in passing, or they'll say them lightly, but they won't make them stick to the wall. They're just kind of going along with the flow of, he wasn't a jogger and he should have just stopped. So remember the just comply part? Remember everybody said just comply? Okay. So here's the bombshell for you. Greg McMichael actually says something to Ahmaud Arbery that just was discovered recently in court. Are you ready for what Greg McMichael said to Ahmaud Arbery? And this was right about the time Travis stopped the first time, that you didn't see on camera, stopped the first time to pull the shotgun on Ahmaud. Everybody was like, well, just comply. He should have just stopped for the neighbors. If he wasn't up to anything, he should have just stopped. Oh, okay, let me give you something. Greg McMichael, which is the older McMichael, Greg McMichael said to Ahmaud Arbery, which is evidence in court now, Greg McMichael stated this to the police and the GBI himself. Greg McMichael told Ahmaud Arbery, stop or I'm going to blow your fucking head off. I want you to hear that again. Greg McMichael told the police and the GBI that he told Ahmaud Arbery, stop or I'm going to blow your fucking head off. Moments later, Travis McMichael stops the vehicle in front of Ahmaud Arbery and pulls out the shotgun and yells for him to stop. Now, I'm going to pause the whole story there. Let's go back to this just comply bullshit. So, I'm being chased, and someone says to me in the vehicle that's chasing me, stop or I'm going to blow your fucking head off, who is not a law enforcement officer, who ain't no detective, who ain't told me they a cop, who ain't done none of that. Is chasing me, and one of them says, stop or I'm gonna blow your fucking head off. Then the vehicle stops shortly in front of me, and the other one grabs a shotgun and is yelling for me to stop. And y'all gonna still tell me to just comply? Boy, I'm your favorite right-leaning pundit's fucking nightmare right now. Right now. Because, see, this shouldn't even be left or right. This should just be right or wrong. However, let's just keep going with the facts. I'm just talking the facts. That's it. Not saying Ahmaud was an angel. Not at all. Not saying he was an angel. Hell, I'm not even telling you he was a jogger. Because all that shit's irrelevant to me. Doesn't matter. Doesn't. So, I'm just giving you the facts of the chase. Because that's what's important, right? Okay. So now we know that Greg McMichael threatened to shoot and blow off the fucking head of Ahmaud Arbery while they're chasing him after witnessing no crime, seeing no weapon, and not being told by Ahmaud, because Ahmaud didn't vocalize anything, that he was going to cause hurt, harm, or danger to anyone. Right? Right? I'm just... Okay. Now, at this incident, when Travis got out, grabbed the shotgun, this is right before Greg McMichael told Ahmaud Arbery, stop, I'm going to blow your fucking head off. Travis McMichael, who claims he didn't hear that, Travis McMichael states he grabbed his shotgun. He did say what he said to Ahmaud about stop. Ahmaud runs. Travis then gets back in the vehicle and pursues him. And I do apologize. The only part that nobody's cleared up for me yet, even when I'm watching it, is when Greg got his ass in the back of the truck. That part ain't been cleared up for me yet. However, somewhere in this process, Greg got in the back of the truck. Now, Ahmaud's being chased. He's being corralled with the Trapper Dude gang by William and Travis. Travis then also states, which Travis said he was scared several times. I want to point, actually, let me bring it up. Travis McMichael kept saying how he was constantly scared, but yet he kept pursuing. He said he was scared, but yet he kept pursuing him. I just want to point that out. That's just another fact. But let's continue. Travis states that the black Chevy truck that was being operated by William, he didn't know who the truck belonged to. He didn't know what was in the truck. So at one point in time, Travis said that he feared that it might have been somebody that was with Ahmaud, and they might have been up to something really nefarious. So he got more scared. But you know what? Even if that's the truth, he kept pursuing him, even with the black truck now involved. The chase goes on. Travis assumes that the black truck is indeed not with him, that the black truck is helping the McMichaels. But he doesn't know what's going on with this truck. Ahmaud now is steadily running through these damn streets. And then we have where the cell phone footage picks up. Okay? Now, I want to remind you, with all your favorite people that were saying, oh, he deserved to be shot. He shouldn't have went at somebody with a shotgun. Now I want to stop. I want to rewind. We have 2 confirmed incidents. Forget the fact I was being chased. Forget the fact I didn't commit a crime. We have 2 confirmed incidents that one of the occupants of this Ford truck said, stop or I'll blow your fucking head off, by his own testimony. And then we have Travis McMichael admitting that he got out, yelled stop, and pulled a shotgun on him. So you have 2 confirmed incidents of them threatening deadly force against Ahmaud. 2. Before the cell phone footage picks up. I want to remind you, Ahmaud never was seen or accused of having any type of weapon or vocalizing or verbalizing anything. Nothing. Not even help. Nothing. Now y'all ready for this bombshell? Take a drink of your water. Take a drink of your water. Yeah, I want you to feel good. So now, when we pick up with the cell phone footage, you see this little kind of windy street? The reports were Travis was standing on the right side of the vehicle, and Ahmaud was originally running to the left. So the reports were the vehicle's here, and Ahmaud was running and originally running to the left, and then Travis went to the right to go around the front of the truck, and Ahmaud changed his path to come get at Travis. Right? Somebody give me a thumbs up if that's what they heard. If that's what the reports were saying. Ahmaud was behind the truck. He was going to the left, and then he went to the right, and that's what spooked everybody, because he was about to attack Travis. He went directly to Travis. Somebody give me a thumbs up if you heard anything like that. This is good, boy. This is good. All right, y'all taking too long on the thumbs up. I know those were the reports out there. It was a soft report, though. This is what everybody was assuming from the video. Now. Oh, there's the thumbs up. Okay, cool. Okay, so here's, per Travis McMichael, what happened. Travis did indeed stop the truck. Ahmaud clearly was behind the truck running toward the vehicle. Travis got out the truck. Okay, I want you to keep up. Travis got out the truck for sure. He obviously got out the driver door. Okay, Travis got out the driver door, and Ahmaud was indeed, when he saw the driver door open, he was en route to run to the left. Travis McMichael, Ahmaud was about to run to the left. Travis exited the truck. Ahmaud went to the right. Oh no, this shit is beautiful. This is Travis's testimony. When he exited the truck, Ahmaud changed his course. When Ahmaud changed his course to go to the right of the vehicle, Travis went around the front of the vehicle to now be on the right side of the truck where Ahmaud was running to. Ahmaud Arbery, it's a Ford truck, he couldn't see Travis. Per Travis's own testimony, he decided to go to that side of the truck because he couldn't see Ahmaud. That's what Travis said. So he didn't know if Ahmaud was going to attack his father, maybe jump in a truck, try to steal the truck, or do something else outside of the view of Travis to where Travis wouldn't be able to stop him. That is Travis's testimony. All examples he gave. I'm not putting words in his mouth. Which is why he said he had to go to the right side of the truck. So, Ahmaud is running what looks to be veered to the left. You get out the truck. He turns and goes to the right. You go around the front of the truck. Stop. You say you went around there because you can't see him. So what makes you think he can see you? So Ahmaud is running. Now he encounters Travis. They are about, per Travis's testimony, 30 feet away. Originally he said 30 yards. He said he meant between 30 and 40 feet away. This motherfucker cited the Tula drill. Oh my God. Okay. So he's saying Ahmaud is about 30 feet away. And at this point, he has the shotgun out on Ahmaud, giving Ahmaud commands. Ahmaud then turns, runs at Travis. Okay? The reports that we all heard is that Ahmaud went and reached for the gun. What Travis said today in court is that Ahmaud had one hand on his t-shirt and like a grabbing motion and was striking him with the other hand. And then, after several strikes, Ahmaud, between the first shot and Ahmaud reaching for the gun, as the shot went off, but then Ahmaud went to go for the gun. And that's when we have the shooting, and that's when we have Ahmaud dead on the ground. So, y'all want to tell me again how it's his fault that he dead? Let me get this right. Per the facts, you don't see me do nothing. Some other dude that didn't even tell you what he seen me do points at me and you chase me for at least 5 minutes in cars and I'm on foot. You chase me. Even tried to make Ahmaud sound guilty by saying at certain times he slowed down to a trot. And he looked menacing and he looked like he was going to pounce. Their words, not mine. You chase me. Then your boy jump in. Now I'm running from 2 trucks. Your daddy tell me in the course of this Trapper Dude game that if I don't stop, he gonna blow my fucking head off. Ain't nobody show me law enforcement credentials. Ain't nobody claim to be no cop. Then you, Travis McMichael, get out your vehicle with a shotgun, yelling at me to stop. And I run away from you. By your own testimony, you use guns as a deterrent. So I was running already. What you even need the gun for? Oh, but then the other part of your testimony said that you wanted people to stop for you. But I ain't got to stop for you. Nothing in the law says I have to stop for you. Nothing I did says I have to stop for you. You're not even okay under the guise of citizen's arrest to stop me because you didn't see me do nothing. You didn't even hear me do nothing. You didn't hear a woman screaming. You didn't hear a gunshot, nothing. So I don't have to stop for you. And then when you continue to play the Trapper Dude game between you and this other truck, I try to run one way. You get out the vehicle. I'm like, oh, let me go this way. And you come around the front of the vehicle because you're scared of what I might do because you can't see me. And then when I finally decide enough is enough, and I'm going to kick your ass and fight for my life after you've threatened me twice with guns. Twice. This is the 3rd time a gun is out on me. This is the 3rd time I'm being threatened with a gun. And I decide to fight instead of flee. You win. You kill me. And then the internet will have you believe that my death is my fault. Tim, Here's the funny part, bro. They won't watch me because they understand that I'm right. And you notice how the whole time I broke that down, I never mentioned race? Because